Well, that's the difficult thing. It's always difficult to move on after the exchange, after you have like this sparkling day-to-day experience and you don't know what to do next. But I guess we have some opportunities and some stuff to do after the exchange. And now we'll talk about this. We'll talk about your internships, because that's one more thing that unites us all. We all had internships regarding our profile, let's call it like that. But we had it in different institutions. So at that point of time, the questions will be different. And at first I want to address Serhii, because he had that internship in the analytical institution. It was the think tank called Democratic Initiatives, if I'm correct. So can you tell, please, how did you get to the internship, and how did that application process look like?
Well, at our university, it's obligatory point that you just need to have an internship and to do it somewhere, because you need to have some practical skills during your study, not only just theoretical. So at the first year, we had to choose one of the possibilities to do an internship, and there were a list of them. So actually, I wanted to do an internship not in this independent think tank. I wanted to do an internship in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. But they said that there is no place, so I have to choose something from the list and something another. I decided that it must be not my hometown, because there are not enough possibilities for myself, and I decided that I have move in some another city. And there were opportunity in Ilko Kucherev Democratic Initiative Foundation. It's analytical and independent think tank. I wouldn't say that it was complicated for me or something like that, but it was quite difficult for me, because I was ahead of the students group, and I had to figure out all issues, and I was responsible for the students of mine and all the stuff related to this. The application process, I wouldn't say that it was an application process. We just said that we want to go there, and the responsible teacher gave us a contact of the person from this think tank, and I just had a call with him, and we just moved to Kiev, and there was nothing special in this, something like that.
Could you please tell us what was the job about? What were you doing there?
Well, it was like sociological studies. We had some polls that we sent to different organizations, and just made it like a full one to see how different process, how different people react to some different process in Ukraine, and made some analysis of Ukrainian policies and foreign policies as well. Despite of these things, we had an opportunity to go to some Ministry of, we had an opportunity to go to Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine and had an excursion there. And also we had a talk with some ambassadors there. So it wasn't quite boring for me. Because every day we had something new for us, not only just some polls, some analysis, and something like that.
Well, that sounds really interesting because I'm very, very, very sorry to say this, but actually, Daryna and me, we had the internship in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the one institution that you wanted to go to. But actually, I think that I went there because I was just appointed to that institution. I wanted to go to the different one. And Daryna will tell her experience about how did she get the internship and what was she doing. What was she doing there in terms of competences and work? By the way, have you been all to the top floor of the MFA of Ukraine? Because I haven't, to be honest.
I'm also not.
I was there, but it wasn't just because I was like working there for some time. It was during other thing, like it was an excursion, and we were visiting like the main this meeting venue. Where
I didn't have this excursion. I don't know why.
I also visited the top floors just because I was working in this general secretariat, as far as I remember, department. It was connected with all the let me think, with all the communication which is going on with the ministry or between the ministries. So for example, if you send your letter to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and it is written like the address of this, I would get it. It was a part of my job to get the correspondence, right, and to, you know, regulate it to different departments and so on. I also had to register a lot of letters, you know. I would say that it is one of the best jobs for the spy, just because you see all the things that is going on like inside. I don't know. Maybe people should stop taking interns on that. Maybe not. I didn't like. Okay, everybody know who is working there and in what position, so it's just a joke, but still you have a lot of like inside information in that. But I wouldn't say that this is, you know, the job that you would study for like a long time. So for example, it is possible to learn how to do it probably in 2 days maximum. Like, you know, and people are doing it for all their life. So I was not disappointed, but rather it was like a disillusionment for me that you actually can work in Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You have the education and stuff, but it's not like obligatory the work of your dream that you imagine for yourself. I don't want to insult all the people that are working there just because their job is extremely important and they are working there by shifts. They, you know, the connection with all the embassies is 24 hours a day and they are doing their job incredibly good. But, you know, the standards which are set in the universities, you're going to be the diplomats, the ambassadors, and so on, they just do not remind you that these little jobs are also done by some people. They are also should be done by the professionals and so on. It's easy to learn, but it's not really what people in universities show you, and also you're learning it on spot. That's also interesting, just because the thing which is learned in the educational institution and the thing that is really used in the institution where you are supposed to work, it's a little bit different. I explained everything about the finished part, but I didn't start with the start part, right? Just because the application process was like very similar to yours, to Serhii's one. We just had to find the institution we wanted to work in, or we had like the list of the organizations like UN, NATO, and so on, and our university would just send the list of us, and they would, you know, just check if they can accept us or not. But also the hard part, not everybody had an opportunity, for example, to go to Kyiv to find a place to live. Somewhere our university has helped us to find the place to live. I was lucky one just because I had a place where to be accommodated. But that is also the part of inequality a little bit, right? Just because you need to have some resources for that, and you need to be prepared for the life in the big city.
But you know, it's quite good that they give us the opportunity to choose something, not just you must go there and do an internship there. So you have a possibility to choose something, to stay at your hometown or go to Kyiv.